Welcome to Jason is a Social Scientist by Mouth Daily. Pill number 577. Take tutu. Begin again like dear old Michael Finnegan. Dang it and 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 dang it. Let's see. Hey, White King, here we are. Stephanie. Alright. Go Gadget. Echo Chamber. My wife is. Dang it. Stop it. Alright. Go Gadget Echo Chamber. Hey Eminem, Anastasia, I love all of you too. Dang it to heck. Alright, time to dang the dang show. Fireplace is stolen. Hey, Damo. Fireplace is stolen. Hey, Damo. Dang it and dang it. Alright. H double echo chamber. Hey White King, hey Fillmore, for real. Welcome everybody to Jason is a Social Scientist by Mouth Daily. Alright. Good night from Fillmore. Alright, go Gadget mini fireplace. My wife accidentally unplugged the router. And then afterwards, she stole the TV. Dang it to heck. Now we have no fire here. It's too hot outside for it. I don't know if we'll go over the full 4 hours. Hi, Nathan. Oh, disco balls are cool. Oh. Thanks, Stephanie. Good night, Volvo, veg on the reg. Oh, I love you, Joshua. Thanks, JB. Oh, I love you, Joshua. My back is screaming at me. Whoa, Stephanie, Steven, something sexy. Dang it. Tutu pickle. Dang it. Good night, Kevin TV. I'm glad you're gonna get some rest. Nice. The stage is gonna be the Ashes. This is a fun game. Who's gonna be the Phoenix? Dang it. The stage is gonna be the Ashes. This is a fun game. Who's gonna be the Phoenix? Hola, Andy. That's a kind thought, Jay. I don't. My wife does, though. We can. I'm back up. Back up and running. No, they both died. Hey, Cindy Lou and Richard came back at the same time. That's really sweet thought, Jay. Oh. Dang it, dang it, dang it. I didn't, Richard. I didn't. I haven't logged into my main account. I don't think so. I really had my heart set on a quarter pounder too. Oh wow. I don't need it. I know, right? Jacob. Burger looks good. Laura's taunting here that. Good morning, Carrie. You got carrots and Italian dressing. That's awesome. That's awesome, Jacob. That's what the show's for. You can drop in once a month, once a year. Say hi. You can spend 4 hours a night. All are welcome. Hey, Julie. This screen is good too. Hi, Nina. Good night, Richard. Thank you for the box. Keep an eye on your chia pet. Love you too, Angela. Oh, I haven't seen you for a while, Ashley. Good to see you. Ashley was here for the pill number 1, the pilot. Oh, nice to see you, Angela. Welcome. Ashley Rogers, we love you. Ashley Rogers, we love you. Ashley Rogers, we love you. Angela, warm welcome to you as well. Welcome to everyone. Welcome to Jason is a social scientist. I don't think I've said it in Take Tutu. People often wonder what the show is about. The premise is deceptively simple. Hi, Brandy. I take my HIV medication live on the Book of Face each day in front of friends, family, and strangers. I do so in order to embrace stigma, dispel ignorance, and find support. After 577 pills, 577 shows, a number of bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around and about the show. Happy belated birthday. The bells, bows, and other people, the people that come back night after night and give me their most valuable resource, their time. To me, that's the most significant thing that's risen up and around and about the show, the community. Therein lies the support that I was looking for. But a number of bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around and about the show. Ding dong bell, boy to see now hell. I mean, heck, this show has it all. I like to say that it is Cloud Atlas and that it incorporates at least 600 years of entertainment. With Edward R. Murrow's radio broadcasts on record and cylinders played on a 19th century Edison home phonograph, along with the nursery rhyme book from my childhood containing woodcut illustrations from the 15th century. It is, in a sense, also The Matrix. In a previous iteration of the show, I created something I call the Rainbow Tunnel, in which I harnessed the power of Grayskull and the Eye of Thundera, funneling them to a series of warped nacelles, creating a static warp bubble and a subsequent singularity, punching a hole through the fourth wall, across the multiverse and into the source. The show now takes place in an echo chamber, created by me that served as a way station between our reality and the source. I don't expect lay people to fully understand, as this is advanced social science. Yeah, so the show's also like an old-timey variety show. Carol Burnett style, mixed with the merry melody of Looney Tunes and a measure of Mork and Mindy, a dash of Mr. Ed, and two doses of Alice in Wonderland, a helping of Hee-Haw, heaps of Benny Hill, a hint of the Highlander, tons of the Twilight Zone, a tincture of Teen Wolf, an ounce of Oz, a cup of Creepshow and Castaway, a quart of Quantum Leap, and a gallon of Gilligan's Island. It's a 4-hour show and a 4-hour tour. Piles of Pee-wee's Playhouse, a pinch of Peter Pan, and a pound of Popeye. I am what I am. A whole block of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and a ration of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. Come up to the lab, see what's on the slab. I can see you shiver with anticipation. Touch me, I wanna be dirty. Thrill me, chill me, fuck, fill me. Creature of the night. An undone Benjamin Button, a corny ear of Dumbo, a college tribe I spy, a couple of raw strokes of Bob Ross, a spoonful of Mary Poppins and the full Monty Python. Finally lump in Rick and Morty with a liter of I Love Lucy in the sky with diamond and wham, bam, thank you ma'am. You've got the show. Everything is out of place and out of time here, including and especially me. Alice will always be pregnant. Harambe will always be ready for Harai 5's the first, and the second coming will always be risen with the Obamas getting blowjobs from the Woodies, the Superman, and their boners will always be spinsters, and seamstresses working the sweat up the Twin Towers always stand with Lady Liberty. You will have their MTV, pigs will fly, disco and dance will reign like men did in the days of old. I write nightly the future history of anachronism. For your future children and your elderly grandparents, may they enjoy it now and time immemorial. Yes, indeed, Ashley. If I did people take only one thing away from this show, it would be the knowledge that HIV is preventable. If you're HIV negative, there's a once-a-day pill you can take. They call it PrEP, pre-exposure protocol. The pill is Truvada, and if you're HIV negative, you take it once a day, and it works like a highly effective chemical condom. It prevents HIV. But if you're already HIV positive like me, treatment is prevention. By taking my medication every day and maintaining an undetectable viral load, it makes it so I'm not contagious. U equals U. Undetectable equals untransmissible. You could fuck me bareback all day long and never catch HIV from me. It's a brave new world. The future is now, and it's 1969. Free love. Undetectable equals untransmissible. You could fuck me bareback all day long and never catch HIV from me. It's a brave new world. The future is now, and it's 1969. Free love.
Ashley Rogers, we love you. Ashley Rogers, we love you. Ashley Rogers, we love you.
All right, and mix the chia seeds. Now wait a half an hour. We can spread them on. No. Hi, Raymond. Stephanie, too.
Ashley Rogers, we love you. Ashley Rogers, we love you. Ashley Rogers, we love you.
Should we engage in some communion? Oh.
Ashley Rogers, we love you. Ashley Rogers, we love you. Ashley Rogers, we love you. Ashley Rogers, we love you.
It's Angela's belated birthday.
Ashley Rogers, we love you.
Alcantar, we love you. Angela Alcantar, happy birthday.
Angela Alcantar, happy birthday. Angela Alcantar, happy birthday. Angela Alcantar, happy birthday.
Sindus, it's the sampling demo on the Casio LK175 keyboard. I'm gonna get my Chia Trump a thin spot. Sorry, Matthew. Sorry. Your grandmother and sorry, Anthony too. Used to be on PBS, right? Before CNN. be fatal. I got a box. I'm gonna make the chia trump that Richard sent me. It's my first chia pet of any kind. I'll give you a shout out, Matthew.
Matthew Bratcher, we love you. Matthew Bratcher, we love you. Bratcher, we love you. Matthew Bratcher, we love you. Bratcher, we love you. Matthew 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 Bratcher, we love you. We love you. Matthew Bratcher, we love you. Matthew Bratcher, we love you. Matthew Bratcher, we love you.
There's no right way to grieve. My pleasure, Angela. My pleasure. Always welcome here. One of the taglines of the show is tune out, turn off, drop in. I don't know when Burning Man is. I've never been to a festival. I don't know. I think this summer I might be going to Alaska.
Matthew Thatcher, we love you.
Teresa, it never gets easier, I don't think. Somebody once told me you don't think about it as often after a while. Thanks for being here, Andrew. Thanks for stepping in. Maybe a little, I don't know. Oh, you're too sweet, Jay. You're too sweet. I don't know, but when am I not though? I think I'm just down right now. Dang it, dang it. Right now, I'm just thinking my back hurts. That's the only thing that gave me hope when my mom first died. A psychiatrist told me that. He's like, you know, my dad died 40 years ago, and it still hurts just as much as, you know, way back then. But the difference is I don't think about it all the time. And that gave me some hope. Like, okay, so, all right, this isn't going to consume every moment, every waking thought. That gave me hope that, like, maybe I'd think of something else. No, I'm down, Rebs Killer. Stubbornly depressed. No Ben Gay. That's what we have here is Ben Gay. Mentholated rub. Alright. Oh. I always can put a happy face on the beginning of the show. I don't know. I think my wife, like the router getting unplugged and the two shows ending, and then the TV getting taken. Didn't put a happy spin on it. Plus, I'm angry I don't have my quarter pounder with mac sauce. Little stuff, you know, just little stuff. I think I don't know. Elevating the legs, you think that'll do it? I don't know. Dang it, dang it. No, she's still in the other room watching. She's watching TV. Never frozen. Only the quarter pounder. Their cheeseburgers and their Big Mac standard burgers are still frozen. Oh, we could read a little. She's ill. She's ill. Dude, I forgot to say that. She's ill. Dang it, dang it. Really close with her. That's hard, Matthew. Well, I was gonna go with take the other live broadcast and go and get a burger. I just don't have the steam for it anymore, I guess. Start a whole nother stream just for a burger. I don't know. Oh. Let me see how long. Let's see how long before she leaves. You can't both leave the house at the same time. That's why, Stephanie. She's gonna go out. She's gonna bring me. She's gonna bring me a quarter pounder. $3.56. I think she's treating her symptoms, so she's well enough to go out, I guess.
Matthew Bratcher, we love you. Matthew Bratcher, we love you. Matthew Bratcher, we love you.
That sounds tricky. That sounds tricky. It is like slime. I think this was what Trump's barber has to do each morning. Matthew Bratcher, we love you. I know, it's crazy. I made like a Obama-like poster with one of those pictures. I'll show you. Where is it? Bigley, you're fired and unprecedented. He uses the word, he says he means unprecedented, but he makes up a word. Unprecedented isn't a word until Donald Trump made it a word. He was trying to say unprecedented. He means unprecedented, but he makes up a word. Unprecedented isn't a word until Donald Trump made it a word. He was trying to say unprecedented. I think it's good contrast between change, hope, and progress. Bigley, you're fired and unprecedented. Covfefe would be another good one. W. Bush wasn't much better though. Like Piance, Friance. I drank so much Covfefe, I had to Piance, Friance. All over rack. Alright, dang it, dang it. I drank so much Covfefe, I had to Piance, Friance. It's a tweet. It's a tweet that Stephanie did, or that Stephanie. It's a tweet that Trump did, and even in context, it like made no sense. I forget, it was something about the press and Covfefe, and like nobody was like, everybody's like, what could he have even meant? And like, it was never really clarified what the hell he's talking about. Hey, Audra! Sorry, we had technical difficulties earlier. My wife unplugged the router. No. Well, and he eats his steak well done with ketchup. did nothing. I did nothing of the sort. All right, all right. I did nothing of the sort. Yep, I just took him down. I left a pretty good bald spot or a thin spot on his head. Yep, I just took him down. Thanks, Brianna. Thanks, Brianna Navarro.
Brianna Navarro, we love you. Brianna Navarro, we love you.
Welcome, Brianna, and Junior too. Welcome to Jason is a Social Scientist by Mouth Daily. Pill number 577. People often wonder what the show is about, Junior. Right now it's about Brianna. Dang it to heck. Welcome, Brianna. People often wonder what the show is about, Junior. Right now it's about Brianna. Dang it to heck. So, no, people often wonder what the show is about, like I said, but the premise is deceptively simple. Thank you, Abe. I take my HIV medication live on the Book of Face each day in front of friends, family, and strangers. I do so in order to embrace stigma, dispel ignorance, and find support. That's a lot of calories. After 577 pills, 577 shows, a number of bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around and above the show. The bells, bows, and other people, the people that come back night after night and give me the most valuable resource, their time. To me, that's the most significant thing that's risen up and around and about the show, the community. Therein lies the support that I was looking for. But a number of bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around and about the show. Ding-dong bell, embroidered sheet, knell, hell, I mean, heck, this show has it all. I like to say that it is Cloud Atlas and that it incorporates at least 600 years of entertainment, with Edward R. Murrow's radio broadcast on record, and cylinders played on a 19th century Edison home phonograph, along with the nursery rhyme book from my childhood containing woodcut illustrations from the 15th century. It is, in a sense, also The Matrix. In a previous iteration of the show, I created something I call the Rainbow Tunnel, in which I harnessed the power of Grayskull and the Eye of Thundera, funneling them to a series of warped nacelles, creating a static warp bubble and a subsequent singularity, punching a hole through the fourth wall, across the multiverse and into the source. The show now takes place in an echo chamber, created by me that served as a way station between our reality and the source. I don't expect lay people to fully understand, as this is advanced social science. Yeah, so the show is also like an old-timey variety show, Carol Burnett style, mixed with a merry melody of Looney Tunes and a measure of Mork and Mindy, a dash of Mr. Ed, and two doses of Alice in Wonderland, a helping of Hee-Haw, heaps of Benny Hill, a hint of the Highlander, tons of the Twilight Zone, a tincture of Teen Wolf, an ounce of Oz, a cup of Creep Show and Cast Away, a quart of Quantum Leap, and a gallon of Gilligan's Island. Well, thank you, Amelia, I'm sure. So a quart of Quantum Leap and a gallon of Gilligan's Island. It's a 4-hour show and a 4-hour tour. Piles of Pee-wee's Playhouse, a pinch of Peter Pan and a pound of Popeye. I am what I am. A whole block of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood and a ration of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. Ha ha. Come up to the lab. See what's on the slab. I can see you shiver with anticipation. Touch me. I wanna be dirty. Thrill me, chill me, fulfill me. Creature of the night, an undone Benjamin Button, a corny ear of Dumbo, a college try of I Spy, a couple raw strokes of Bob Ross, a spoonful of Mary Poppins, and the full Monty Python. Finally lump in Rick and Morty with a liter of I Love Lucy in the Sky with diamonds, and wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. You've got the show. Everything is out of place and out of time here, including and especially me. Alice will always be pregnant. Harambe will always be ready for a high five. The first and the second coming will always be risen, with the Obamas getting blowjobs from the Woodies. The Supermen and their boners will always be spinsters and seamstresses working the sweatshop. The twin towers always stabbed with Lady Liberty. You will have their MTV. Pigs will fly. Disco and dance will reign like men did in the days of old. I write nightly the future history of anachronism for your future children and your elderly grandparents. May they enjoy it now and time immemorial. If I'd have people take only one thing away from this show, it would be the knowledge that HIV is preventable. If you're HIV negative, there's a once-a-day pill you can take. They call it PrEP, pre-exposure protocol. The pill is Truvada, and if you're HIV negative, you take it once a day, and it works like a highly effective chemical condom. It prevents HIV. But if you're already HIV positive like me, treatment is prevention. By taking my medication every day and maintaining an undetectable viral load, it makes it so I'm not contagious. U equals U. Undetectable equals untransmissible. You could fuck me bareback all day long and never catch HIV from me. It's a brave new world. The future is now, and it's 1969. Free love. Woo. Oh my goodness. Happy 420, everyone, and I'm very sorry, Heather Walker. Communion. Heather Walker, we love you. 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 Heather I don't know. Oh, I get it's a joke about a crushed wicked witch. Oh, dang it to heck. Well, still, dang it to heck. 3 hours, maybe. I don't think so, though. So confused, but anyway, I what is going on? Anyway, Heather Walker, we love you, regardless, and I'm sorry about your end. Anyway, what is going on? Good. Okay, I'm very sorry. That's what I thought in the first place. I didn't. I'm sorry, Heather. I'm sorry for the confusion, too.
Heather Walker, we love you.
Communion. That was not a joke. I didn't take it as a joke at first. Misunderstanding. This is a simple misunderstanding. Oh my goodness. Alright, time for the book.
The kids are really freaked out that Sophie got out. She backs out of it. It was kind of an accident because I was cleaning up her poop and I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, she got out away from me that one time. Because I was cleaning up her poop too.
Which
That was the one time.
harness was it?
Harness.
The other one?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go the other one. Hopefully the boys will play today with everyone. I'm gonna go. I work tomorrow.
I love you, babe.
I'm gonna go to. Okay, so Sophie's right here.
Okay. The book. All right. Bye, babe.
Bye. Oh, it's raining, which is fine, and the birds are out.
Book. Oh, no, I can't do it. All right, chapter 46. He just graduated high school, the class of 39. Times were still hard. Nobody was any more surprised than I when Mears Starbuck phoned and asked me to report to work the next Monday. I had gone all around town putting in dozens of applications. There was nothing else to do. I didn't want a job, but I didn't want to live with my parents either. Mears Starbuck must have had thousands of applications on hand. I couldn't believe they had chosen me. It was a department store with 4 branches in many cities. It was a department store with branches in many cities. The next Monday, there I was, walking to work with my lunch in a brown paper bag. The department store was only a few blocks away from my former high school. I still didn't understand why I had been selected. After filling out the application, the interview had only lasted a few minutes. I must have given all the right answers. First paycheck I get, I thought, I'm going to get myself a room near the downtown LA Public Library. As I walked along, I didn't feel so alone, and I wasn't. I noticed a starving mongrel dog following me. The poor creature was terribly thin. I could see his ribs poking through his skin. Most of his fur had fallen off. What remained clung in dry, twisted patches. The dog was beaten, cowed, deserted, frightened, a victim of Homo sapiens. I stopped and knelt, put out my hand. He backed off. "Come here, fellow. I'm your friend. Come on. He came closer. He had such sad eyes. "What have they done to you, boy?" He came still closer, creeping along the sidewalk, trembling, wagging his tail quite rapidly. Then he leaped at me. He was large, what was left of him. His forelegs pushed me backwards, and I was flat on the sidewalk, and he was licking my face, mouth, ears, forehead, everywhere. I pushed him off, got up, and wiped my face. "Easy now. You need something to eat." "Food?" I reached in my bag and took out a sandwich. I unwrapped it and broke off a portion. "Some for you and some for me, old boy." I put his part of the sandwich on the sidewalk. He came up, sniffed at it, and then walked off, slinking, staring back at me over his shoulder as he walked away down the street, away from me. "Hey, wait! That was peanut butter. Come here. Have some bologna. Hey, boy, come here. Come back." The dog approached again cautiously. I found the bologna sandwich, ripped off a chunk, wiped the cheap, watery mustard off, and placed it on the sidewalk. The dog walked up to the bit of sandwich, put his nose to it, sniffed, then turned and walked off. This time he didn't look back. He accelerated down the street. No wonder I had been depressed all my life. I wasn't getting proper nourishment. I walked on toward the department store. It was the same street I had walked along to go to high school. I arrived. I found the employees' entrance, pushed the door open, and walked in. I went from bright sunlight into semi-darkness. As my eyes adjusted, I could make out a man standing several feet away from me. Half of his left ear had been sliced off at some point in the past. He was tall and thin. He was a tall, very thin man with needlepoint gray pupils, centered in otherwise colorless eyes. A very tall, thin man, yet right above his belt, sticking out over his belt suddenly was a sad and hideous and strange potbelly. All his fat had settled there, while the remainder of him had wasted away. "I'm Superintendent Ferris," he said. "I presume that you're Mr. Chininski?" "Yes, sir. You're 5 minutes late. I was delayed by, I stopped to try to feed a starving dog." I grinned. "That's one of the lousiest excuses I've heard, and I've been here 35 years. Couldn't you come up with a better one than that?" "I'm just starting, Mr. Ferris." "And you're almost finished. Now," he pointed. "The time clock is over there. The card rack is over there. Find your card and punch in." I found my card. Henry Chininski, employee number 68,754. Then I walked up to the time clock, but I didn't know what to do. Ferris walked over and stood behind me, staring at the time clock. You're now 6 minutes late. When you're 10 minutes late, we dock you an hour. I guess it's better to be an hour late. Don't be funny. If I want a comedian, I listen to Jack Benny. If you're an hour late, you're docked your whole goddamn job. I'm sorry, but I don't know how to use the time clock. I mean, how do I punch in? Ferris grabbed the card out of my hand. He pointed at it. "See this slot?" "Yeah." "What?" "I mean, yes." "Okay. That slot is for the first day of the week. Today. You slipped a time card in here like this." He slipped it in, then pulled it out. "When your time card is in there, you hit this lever." Ferris hit the lever, but the time card wasn't in there. "I understand. Let's begin." "No, wait," yelled the time card in front of me. "Now when you punch out for lunch, you hit this slot." "Yes, I understand. Then when you punch back in, you hit the next slot." "Lunch is 30 minutes. 30 minutes. I've got it. Now when you punch out, you hit the last slot. That's 4 punches a day. When you go home, or to your room or wherever. Sleep. Come back and hit it 4 times each working day until you get fired, quit, die, or retire. I've got it. And I want you to know that you've delayed my indoctrination speech to our new employees, of which you, at the moment, are 1. I am in charge here. My word is law, and your wishes mean nothing. If I dislike anything about you, the way you tie your shoes, comb your hair, or fart, you're back on the streets. Get it? Yes, sir. A young girl came flouncing in, running on her high heels, long brown hair flowing behind her. She was dressed in a tight red dress. Her lips were large and expressive with excessive lipstick. She theatrically pulled her card out of the rack and punched in, and breathing with minor excitement, she pulled her card back in the rack. Put her card back in the rack. She glanced over at Ferris. Hi, Eddie. Hi, Diana. Diana was obviously a salesgirl. Ferris walked over to her. They stood talking. I couldn't hear the conversation, but I could hear them laughing. Then they broke off. Diana walked over and waited for the elevator to take her to work. Ferris walked back toward me, holding my time card. I'll punch in now, Mr. Ferris, I told him. I'll do it for you. I want to start you out right. Ferris inserted my time clock into the clock and stood there. He waited. I heard the clock tick, and then he hit it. He put my card in the rack. How late was I, Mr. Ferris? 10 minutes. No, follow me. I followed along behind him. I saw the group waiting. 4 men and 3 women. They were all old. They seemed to have salivary problems. Little clumps of spittle had formed at the corners of their mouths. The spittle had dried and turned white, and they had been coated by new wet spittle. Some of them were too thin, others too fat. Some were nearsighted, others trembled. One old fellow in a brightly colored shirt had a hump on his back. They all smiled and coughed, puffing at cigarettes. Then I got it, the message. Mears Starbucks was looking for stayers. The company didn't care for employee turnover, although these new recruits obviously weren't going anywhere but to the grave. Until then, they'd remain grateful and loyal employees, and I had been chosen to work alongside of them. The lady in the employment office had evaluated me as belonging with the pathetic group of losers. What would the guys in high school think if they saw me? Me, one of the toughest guys in the graduating class. I walked over and stood with my group. Ferris sat on a table facing us. A shaft of light fell upon him from an overhead transom. He inhaled a cigarette and smiled at us. Welcome to Mears Starbuck. Then he seemed to fall into a reverie. Perhaps he was thinking about when he first joined the department store 35 years ago. He blew a few smoke rings and watched them rise into the air. His half-sliced ear looked impressive in the light from above. The guy next to me, a little pretzel of a man, knifed his sharp little elbow into my side. He was one of those individuals whose glasses always seemed ready to fall off. He was uglier than I was. Hi, he whispered. I'm Mukes. Odell Mukes. Hello, Mukes. Listen, kid, after work, let's you and me make the bars. Maybe we can pick up some girls. I can't, Mukes. Afraid of girls? That's my brother. He's sick. I've got to watch him. Sick? Worse. Cancer. He has to piss through a tube into a bottle strapped to his leg. Then Ferris began again. Your starting salary is 44.5 cents an hour. We are non-union here. Management believes that is fair for the company. That what is fair for the company is fair for you. We are like a family, dedicated to serve and to profit. You will each receive a 10% discount on all merchandise you purchase from Mears Starbucks. Oh boy, Mukes said in a loud voice. Yes, Mr. Mukes, it's a good deal. You take care of us, we'll take care of you. I could stay with Mears Starbucks for 47 years, I thought. I could live with a crazy girlfriend, get my left ear sliced off, and maybe inherit Ferris's job when he retired. Ferris talked about which holidays we could look forward to, and then the speech was over. We were issued our smocks and our lockers, and then we were directed to the underground storage facilities. Ferris worked down there too. He manned the phones. Whenever he answered the phone, he would hold it to his sliced left ear with his left hand and clamp his right hand over his left armpit. Yes? Yes, yes, coming right up. Chininsky! Yes, sir, lingerie department. Then he would pick up the order pad, list the items needed and how many of each. He never did this while on the phone, always afterwards. Locate these items, deliver them to the lingerie department, obtain a signature in return. The speech never varied. My first delivery was to lingerie. I located the items, placed them in my little green cart with its 4 rubber wheels, and pushed it toward the elevator. The elevator was at an upper floor, and I pressed the button and waited. After some time, I could see the bottom of the elevator as it came down. It was very slow. Then it was at basement level. The doors opened, and an albino with one eye stood at the controls. Jesus! He looked at me. New guy, huh? He asked. Yeah, what do you think of Ferris? I think he's a great guy. They probably lived together in the same room and took turns manning the hot plate. I can't take you up. Why not? I gotta take a shit. He left the elevator and walked off. There I stood in my smock. This is the way things usually worked. You were a governor or a garbage man. You were a tightrope walker or a bank robber. You were a dentist or a fruit picker. You were this or you were that. You wanted to do a good job, you manned your station, then you stood and waited for some asshole. I stood there in my smock next to my green cart while the elevator man took a shit. It came to me then clearly why the rich, golden boys and girls were always laughing. They knew. The albino returned. It was great. I feel 30 pounds lighter. Good. Can we go now? He closed the doors and we rose to the sales floor. He opened the doors. Good luck, said the albino. I pushed the green cart down it through the aisles looking for the lingerie department. Miss Meadows. Miss Meadows was waiting. She was slender and classy looking. She looked like a model. Her arms were folded. As I approached her, I noticed her eyes. They were an emerald green. There was a depth, a knowledge there. I should know somebody like that. Such eyes, such class. I stopped my cart in front of her counter. Hello, Miss Meadows, I smiled. Where the hell have you been, she asked. It just took this long. Do you realize I have customers waiting? Do you realize that I'm attempting to run an efficient department here? The sales clerk got 10 cents an hour more than we did, plus commissions. I always discovered that they never spoke to us in a friendly way. Male or female, the clerks were the same. They took any familiarity as an affront. I've got a good mind to phone Mr. Ferris. I'll do better next time, Miss Meadows. She placed the goods on her counter and then handed her the form to sign. She scratched her signature furiously on the paper, then instead of handing it back to me, she threw it onto my green cart. Christ, I don't know where they find people like you. I pushed my cart over to the elevator, hit the button, and I waited. The doors opened, and I rolled on in. How'd it go? The albino asked. I feel 30 pounds heavier, I told him. He grinned. The doors closed, and we descended. Over dinner that night, my mother said, Henry, I'm so proud of you that you have a job. I didn't answer. My father said, well, aren't you glad to have a job? Yeah. Yeah, is that all you can say? Do you realize how many men are unemployed in this nation now? Plenty, I guess. Then you should be grateful. Look, can't we just eat our food? You should be grateful for your food, too. Do you know how much this meal cost? I shoved my plate away. Shit, I can't eat this stuff. I got up and walked to my bedroom. I've got a good mind to come back there and teach you what is what. I stopped. I'll be waiting, old man. Then I walked away. I went in and waited, but I knew he wasn't coming. I set the alarm to get ready for Mir's Starbuck. It was only 7:30 p.m., but I undressed and went to bed. I switched off the light and was in the dark. There was nothing else to do, nowhere to go. My parents would soon be in bed with the lights out. My father liked the slogan, early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. But it hadn't done any of that for him. I decided that I might try to reverse the process. I couldn't sleep. Maybe if I masturbated Miss Meadows. Too cheap. I wallowed there in the dark, waiting for something. I decided that I might try to reverse the process. I couldn't sleep. Maybe if I masturbated Miss Meadows. Too cheap. I wallowed there in the dark, waiting for something. Hi, Angela. You're welcome, you're welcome. You're welcome, you're welcome. Thanks, everybody, and you're welcome. Thanks, everybody, and you're welcome. Kind of excited to get through this book so we can read my friend's book. I'm hoping to get quarter pounder with mac sauce, but depending upon, I don't know what they're going to have when she gets there, so I might end up with like a egg and cheese biscuit. I'm hoping to get quarter pounder with mac sauce. I know they have the late night menu, but I don't know in the mornings if they still serve. I know they have the late night menu, but I don't know My kids are all over the bed too. My kids are all over the bed too. All right, should we one more chapter? All right, should we one more chapter? No, I think it's bedtime. It's we're past the 4-hour mark. Let's do one more premise. No, I think it's bedtime. We're past the 4-hour mark. Let's do one more premise. Where did I put that bookmark though? There it is, down there. Oh, Sarah. How old is she? Must be like 2 or 3 months old now. Sarah, how old is she? Must be like 2 or 3 months old now. It's bedtime. That's why it's bedtime. No, it'll be a while. It'll be too long. That's why it's bedtime. No, it'll be a while. It'll be too long. I'm going to take 7 pills out of this bottle right away so I know when to order new ones. When this bottle's empty, then 7 pills out of this, then there's a week left, you can order new ones. When to order new ones. When this bottle's empty, then 7 pills out of this, then there's a week left, you can order new ones. Me too, Cindy Lou. Okay, so we'll throw this one back up here. Let's see, this is the extra bottle up here. Dang it. We'll throw this one back up here. Let's see, this is the extra bottle up here. Oh, don't! My insurance covers. My insurance covers my pills. Oh, no! My insurance. Only cost you. It would only cost you about. My insurance covers my pills. Like $3,000. Only cost you. Out of pocket. No. Insurance covers my pills. $3,000. My insurance covers it. The manufacturer covers up. I don't pay anything for my pills. My insurance covers it. The manufacturer covers up. I don't pay anything for my pills. My insurance covers it. The manufacturer covers up. I don't pay anything. No, we still have a few more chapters of Ham on Rye. Did I catch? Did I catch what? Did I catch? Good night, old friends and new. Good night, old friends and new. Good night, old friends and new. Good night. tonight we'll have a dedicated burger edition, okay? Another night. Soon we'll have another. The next night, Laura and I are both home, and she's off. I will. I'll go and we'll call it the Quarter Pounder with Mac Sauce edition. Alright, so people often wonder what the show's about. The premise is deceptively simple. I take my HIV medication live on the book of face each day in front of friends, family, and strangers. I do so in order to embrace stigma. I do promise. I dispel ignorance and find support. After 577 pills, 577 shows, the number of bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around and about the show. The bells, bows, and other people, the people that come back night after night and give me the most valuable resource, their time. To me, that's the most significant thing that's risen up and around and about the show. The community. And therein lies the support that I was looking for. But a number of bells, whistles, and bows have risen up and around and about the show. Ding dong bell, and boy do she now hell. I mean, heck, this show has it all. I gave them to Laura, so hopefully she's gonna bring back some eggs. She said, this is good, Jack loves eggs. Wow. I like to say the show is Cloud Atlas and that it incorporates at least 600 years of entertainment, with Edward R. Murrow's radio broadcast on record and cylinders played on a 19th century Edison home phonograph, along with a nursery rhyme book from my childhood, containing woodcut illustrations from the 15th century. It is, in a sense, also The Matrix. In a previous iteration of the show, I created something I call the Rainbow Tunnel, in which I harnessed the power of Grayskull and the Eye of Thundera, funneling them through a series of warped nacelles, creating a static warp bubble and a subsequent singularity, punching a hole through the fourth wall, across the multiverse and into the source. The show now takes place in an echo chamber, created by me, that serves as a way station between our reality and the source. I don't expect lay people to fully understand, as this is advanced social science. Yeah, so the show is also like an old-timey variety show, Carol Burnett style, mixed with a merry melody of Looney Tunes and a measure of Mork and Mindy, a dash of Mr. Ed, and two doses of Alice in Wonderland, a helping of Hee-Haw, heaps of Benny Hill, a hint of the Highlander, tons of the Twilight Zone, a tincture of Teen Wolf, an ounce of Oz, a cup of Creep Show and Castaway, a quart of Quantum Leap, and a gallon of Gilligan's Island. It's a 4-hour show and a 4-hour tour. Piles of Pee-wee's Playhouse, a pinch of Peter Pan, and a pound of Popeye. I am what I am, a whole block of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, and a ration of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. Ha ha. Come up to the lab and see what's on the slab. I can see you shiver with anticipation. Touch me, I want to be dirty. Thrill me, chill me, fill me. Creature of the night, an undone Benjamin Button, a corny ear of Dumbo, a college try of I Spy, a couple of raw strokes of Bob Ross, a spoonful of Mary Poppins, and the full Monty Python. Finally, lump in Rick and Morty with a liter of I Love Lucy in the Sky with diamonds, and wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, you've heard the show. Everything is out of place and out of time here, including and especially me. Alice will always be pregnant. Harambe will always be ready for Arrive the First. On the second coming will always be risen with the Obamas getting blowjobs from the Woodies. The Supermen and their boners will always be spinsters and sumptuouses working the sweatshop. The twin towers will always stand with Lady Liberty. You will have their MTV. Pigs will fly. Disco and dance will reign like men did in the days of old. That's like 5 in the morning. I write nightly the future history of anachronism for your future children and your elderly grandparents. May they enjoy it now and time immemorial. If I'd have people take only one thing away from the show, it would be the knowledge that HIV is preventable. If you're HIV negative, there's a once-a-day pill you can take. They call it PrEP, pre-exposure protocol. The pill is Truvada, and if you're HIV negative, you take it once a day, and it works like a highly effective chemical condom. It prevents HIV. But if you're already HIV positive like me, treatment is prevention. By taking my medication every day and maintaining an undetectable viral load, it makes it so I'm not contagious. U equals U. Undetectable equals untransmissible. You could fuck me bareback all day long and never catch HIV for me. It's a brave new world. The future is now, and it's 1969. Free love. Pill number 577. 577 down the hatch. All right. A special thanks to Richard Johnson and Laura B. Laura B for the coupons and the note, and Richard for the chia and the donut soap. All right, I love you all. Dang it. For the chia and the donut soap. All right. Good night or good morning. It's hard to say, right? Depends where you are. This is the house that Jack built. This is the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the cow with the crumpled horn that tossed the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the maiden, all forlorn, that milked the cow with the crumpled horn that tossed the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the man, all tattered and torn, that kissed the maiden, all forlorn, that milked the cow with the crumpled horn that tossed the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the priest, all shaven and shorn, that married the man, all tattered and torn, that kissed the maiden, all forlorn, that milked the cow with the crumpled horn that tossed the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the cock that crowed in the morn, that woke the priest, all shaven and shorn, that married the man, all tattered and torn, that kissed the maiden, all forlorn, that milked the cow with the crumpled horn, that tossed the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. This is the farmer that sowed the corn, that fed the cock that crowed in the morn, that woke the priest, all shaven and shorn, that married the man, all tattered and torn, that kissed the maiden, all forlorn, that milked the cow with the crumpled horn, that tossed the dog that worried the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. All right, I love you all. Come back tomorrow. I'll have more ideas for you, and you'll have things you want to talk about, and so will I. I love you all. Thank you, and good night. Good night, I love you. I love you. Good night, I love you.